5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome into our first Right on Sports podcast. My name is Ronan O'Shea. I'm an affiliate instructor here at MSU Denver. Joining me to my left,
I'm Corey Little, a Senior Director of Communications for the Colorado Rockies.
we got 3 students in here. Go ahead.
I'm John Rogers. I'm going into 8th grade at Centennial Middle School.
I'm Noah Winters. I'm going into 7th grade at Cedar Middle School.
I'm Leonardo. I'm going to 7th grade in Cole Middle School.
Well, we're really happy to have you guys in the podcast here studio today. I know you're working on feature stories, and what I want to hear and what Corey wants to hear first is, what is your feature story? We'll start with you.
My feature story is on the unpredictability of March Madness, and that's what makes it exciting, I feel.
Okay.
My feature story is on Mike Piazza and how he made it from very low pick to Hall of Fame.
My story is about comparing soccer teams based on the statistics.
Very nice.
All right.
Yeah, 3 really cool
Yeah.
topics here today. Let's start with you over here. Why the NCAA tournament?
I just think that it's honestly the best tournament in sports, just like professional or college, just because there's one game and there's 68 teams with the auto bids too. So, like, as long as you can win your conference tournament, you have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
I feel like I want to do this because I was looking for players that didn't really get that much recognition, but then they kind of took the world by storm. So I had 3 players, but then I narrowed it down to 1. So yeah.
Who are your other 2 players?
I was gonna do Rod Smith, who was undrafted, and then Jokic, who was drafted during a Taco Bell ad.
That's great. Great choice. What about you?
I'm just doing this because I need to work and I like soccer.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite team?
Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
Who's their star player?
In this moment,
Mm-hmm.
Lamine Yamal.
Very cool. Do you have any questions for us about your feature story?
Yeah, I'll give the question to Corey. Why do you think upsets happen in sports?
Ooh. I think because both teams are giving it their best effort, right? I think upsets happen because on any given night, any given game, someone can have a career performance. Someone can have a down game, especially in March Madness where it's one game, 40 minutes, and that's it. One team can shoot 20%, the other team can shoot 70%, and anybody can win. I think that's what makes sports so special, and the reason that everyone can watch is you never know what you're going to see on any given night.
I would say, too, kind of building off that, and you can maybe take the headphone off to one ear so we can hear each other a little better. One of the things that sports executives, TV executives love is a Game 7. And I think sports fans, we love a Game 7. How often does it come down to an elimination? With March Madness, every single game is an elimination, right? Every single game, it's either this could be it. So I think that leads into it as well. Yep.
Good question.
What about you?
I feel like, why do some players get overlooked even though they're really good?
Why do they get overlooked? Maybe because they have a special skill or talent that's hard to find. I think in baseball, especially when Mike Piazza was drafted, there was 50 rounds, right? So that's a whole lot of players. And so maybe Mike Piazza had a really specific skill that was tough for people to see. And then maybe, people get better as they grow, especially in sports. You hone your craft, you get better at what you do. So maybe a guy is very undeveloped, and then as he gets bigger, as he gets stronger, his skills get better, and so he kind of blossoms to become the player he was or becomes.
Remember, too, yesterday we were talking with the Rockies general manager, and the question came up about the draft. You're drafting 18-year-old kids who probably don't get to the majors till they're 24 or 25. I think that's a big part of it as well. You watch football, if someone's a star quarterback in college, they might be the quarterback for that NFL team the next year. In baseball, it could be 6-7 years before they ever get up to the major leagues. So it's got to be really hard. You're projecting how's that body going to develop over the next 4 or 5 years as much as anything else, and injuries happen and things like that too. So it's definitely challenging. That's why they get paid the big bucks to try and evaluate talent. It's very hard to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Any questions about your feature story?
No, I actually don't have any questions.
What are you writing about it? You're comparing teams, right?
Yeah.
Which teams are you comparing?
Real Madrid and Barcelona.
They're the big rivals.
Yeah.
Who won and who was better this year?
Real Madrid. No, Barcelona.
Oh. Are they going to be good next year too?
Yeah.
They didn't win what was the soccer tournament that just happened though?
I think it was like 4-3,
Oh, okay.
the score.
All right. Barcelona's always good though. Okay.
We got a member of the Rockies front office here. I was personally just over the moon going to Coors Field yesterday. Sitting in the dugout is super cool. What did you like most about that tour yesterday?
Yeah, I really did like sitting in the dugout, but it was also cool to go in the press box and see where the reporters get to see the game from.
Yeah, we have a really good view of the game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. During the game, actually, I have a microphone, so when the game's happening, if we see anybody warming in the bullpen or if we see someone on deck to pinch hit, we announce that in our microphone so all the media, all the writers, all the broadcasters upstairs know that there's going to be some changes coming down the line. Great spot to watch a game.
We were in the main press box yesterday, but that's not where the TV and radio guys are. Where are they relative to where we were?
They're actually right above that. So
Interesting.
the writers' press box is where you guys were, and then right above there's 6 booths. So 2 TV, 2 radio, and 2 Spanish radio as well.
Yeah. What did you like about Coors Field yesterday?
I liked that like we got to get like behind the scenes stuff for what the workers do. Like, and it kind of appreciate it more because it seems like it's hard because you get all like the information and stuff, and it seems like it's like a lot to do. And then it's also hard to seem like to deal with the players, especially like they're mad. Like I feel like you have to like find a way to not make them more mad, but also like not get no information either.
Yeah, that's
Right.
one of the key components of my job is to make sure I don't make them more mad because usually I'm the one asking them to do interviews that they don't want to do. But you have to just have some, usually what we say in my line of work is some feel. So you don't approach a guy right after he went over or with 4 strikeouts, right? You find a better time to approach him. You find the right timing, and that's what makes you good at what you do.
Along those lines, too, you got me thinking, there's some other unwritten rules. I imagine on the day a starting pitcher is pitching, you're not saying anything to that guy.
No, never talk to the starting pitcher the day they start. Sometimes you have a guy who doesn't adhere to that rule. So we have a couple starting pitchers who will still talk. I still avoid them at all costs because I don't want to be the reason. If they have a bad start, I don't want them to blame me.
Yeah, I get it. What did you like about Coors Field yesterday?
See how the baseball improved with the pass of the time.
Yeah, definitely. Because after we were at Coors Field, we went to the Ballpark Museum across
cool.
the street. So you saw parks that were built in 1915, Wrigley Field back in 1914, and then versus Coors Field, which we were just inside of. So kind of cool to see how it's changed over the years. We saw the press dining room. I didn't recall hearing, what are they eating up there?
Yeah, it's a full meal every night, so it's always a salad and always some snacks. But every game is a different one. There's barbecue, there's tacos, there's some kind of meat. It changes every night. The full menu gets posted before every homestand, so you can go up and see what's for dinner that night, basically. And then always hot dogs as well. The hot dogs are free. I eat like 3 hot dogs a game.
Very
It's
nice.
not healthy.
Do you remember what the tour guide said was the number one food the players eat in the clubhouse?
Bananas?
Bananas.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
I saw someone with like a big thing of bananas.
Yeah, we saw a lady going into the locker room with a giant plate of bananas.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
I go in there and steal them too.
We're high elevation. It's dry here. It's what you need to do when you go out and compete. In fact, I'm sure some players right now are getting at some bananas in the ballpark.
Yep, just when I was leaving, there was a couple guys filtering in, so I'm sure that they are crushing some bananas as we speak.
We were in the visitors' clubhouse, so now I'm sure the Rockies clubhouse is a little bit nicer, right? The home team would have it nicer, but I thought it was really cool and very comfortable. The couches in there. I mean, what was it like for you to be inside a major league clubhouse locker room?
Yeah, it was very interesting to look at. I didn't know that they had like the tables and couches and stuff. I thought it was just you have lockers for your stuff.
Yeah.
So
And the batting cages too. Remember
yeah,
we saw that too.
We
yeah.
saw that too.
Yeah. What did you think of the clubhouse?
It was fancy and expensive, of course.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool because like someone could like I was like sitting in the seat of like a major league player, and then I also got to see like how they practice and stuff like with the batting cages, and like they get all of the snacks and stuff, and it's just very nice.
Definitely very cool. What's your favorite part of Coors Field?
My favorite part, I mean, honestly, the press box. You work all day so you can get to the game and watch a baseball game. So I love just being able to sit in the press box and watch the game. I love the field. I go on the field every day during batting practice. Our manager talks to the media in the dugout every day. So I'm down there pretty much every day. That is never lost on me, just how lucky I am to be able to go down on the field, watch batting practice, be around that close to the players and the guys. It's really cool.
Yeah. What's it like, too, sort of managing like media relations? Like, you have to manage the relationship between the Rockies and all the newspaper writers and podcasters that come to cover it. What's that like?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be really good at developing relationships. You got to know who you're talking to every day, which writer you're talking to, what they're working on, which media member it is, what they're working on, how they interact with our players and how our players feel about them. So it's a lot of juggling personalities and just knowing how to speak to certain people and what they're looking for and how to best help them out. So, just a lot of, you should see my text string. I have like 50 text messages every single day, basically, from different people.
Who would you think, if I were to take a guess, are some of the teams the visiting teams that come in that maybe have the most media members that are covering them? And not every team would be exactly the same. Who do you think might have the most?
Yeah, maybe like the Dodgers, Yankees, Red Sox, some of the more storied teams in history.
Yeah, spot on. Right now, it used to be the Yankees. Now with Ohtani, it's the Dodgers because they have about 25 Japanese media members traveling to every single game they go to. So our press box, that press box you guys were in, is jam-packed with people when they're in town.
And they're not cheering because Corey here is making sure that if they do, they get the boot, right?
No cheering. Yeah, exactly. No cheering. If you see Ohtani hit a home run and you're really excited, you can leave the press box and give a quiet fist pump and then go back in there.
We got time for one more question if any of you guys have one for us.
Okay, yeah. I read your bio, and I saw that you went to college at Indiana for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to any games at Assembly Hall?
I did. I covered the football team, which was Memorial Stadium, and then all the men's basketball games.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was at all the home games and most of the road games. And Assembly Hall is very, very cool. I would sit, the press row at the time used to be right under the championship banners. I was born in 87. Indiana won a national title in 1987. So I would sit right underneath that 1987 banner. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a Kansas fan, so I've been to Allen Fieldhouse once, and I was wondering how that might compare.
There's maybe, 5 or 6 college stadiums that are sort of their own, right? North Carolina, Duke, I think Indiana's up there, I think Kansas. I got a soft spot for Butler, which is in Indianapolis.
Yep.
They play in this cool old field house. I think the designs are different, but the history, as soon as you walk into it, you know this is a historic place. You were at Fenway Park last week.
Yeah.
As soon as you walk in, you know you're at Fenway Park.
Yeah, it's incredible. Exactly. There's a certain kind of mystique to it, right? When you walk in, you kind of feel it when you walk in there.
Yeah, great question.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else?
How is it like traveling all the time? Do you like it or do you not like it?
Very good question. I used to like it a lot more. Now I have 2 little kids at home, so I'd much rather be at home with them. When we travel, we're gone for a week at a time usually, sometimes 10 days or 11 days. Now I can't complain because, like we talked about earlier, we're staying in nice hotels, we're on fancy planes, you're eating good, but I'd rather be at home with the kids.
What do you think the coolest park you've been to is?
Ooh, Fenway's up there. I try and separate Fenway Park in Boston and Wrigley Field in Chicago because they're so old. They have a lot of history related to them. They're almost in a totally different tier. If I separate those out, I really like Oracle Park in San Francisco. Last year, I actually went to my very last one. So I've been to all 30 ballparks for all 30 teams. I think Oracle is maybe my number one after those next 2.
And I'd say Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's gorgeous.
Really cool.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
also my top 5. Coors Field's also in the top 5.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so I want to go to Fenway.
Nice.
Yeah, you got to get out there.
It was really cool.
Well, thank you guys. This was great. Awesome job here today, and enjoy the rest of your camp.
Yeah, thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Great job, guys. That was